Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for the 2022 NBA Finals. Game number 3 between the Golden State Warriors and the Boston Celtics on Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. We're going to have NBA player prop spreads over-unders here for you today. We're going to have 2 picks and a same game parlay that I think are great value bets for this Game 3 of the NBA Finals. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support. Reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are partnered with PrizePicks, so be sure to use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100 on PrizePicks. Really is a great app, guys. They specialize in player props and things of that nature. They're a lot of fun to use. We'll also have a link in our comment section and in the description as well. Like I said, it's a free $100, 300% match on your first deposit up to $100. Highly encourage you to check that out. Be sure to also put your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We also have a link in the comment section and in the description for that. Okay, now a quick shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, guys, you see this beautiful list of all of our Straight Fire MVPs here running beside me. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there is a join button down below. We'll also have a link in the comment section and in the description for that. It's just $3.99 per month. You get a badge next to your name, some custom emojis, custom roll color in our Discord, shout outs in our video, and things like that. So really do appreciate all of you that have signed up. Appreciate all of the support. Like I said, it is just a great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. Okay, now let's get into the results from the previous episodes from Game 2, guys. We brought out the broom. That's what we love to see. Let's just dust that off right there. That's what we like to see. We got the 2-0 sweep. We didn't cash our same game parlay, unfortunately. Obviously, that hurt. But we did cash our 2 straight plays that we had. We cashed the Klay Thompson under 25.5 PRAs. You hit that easily. I believe we finished with 15. And we also hit on the Derek White over 9.5 points. We got there a little bit later than I would have liked, but he did end up getting there with 12. Had a lot of shots, had a lot of volume, which I do love to see that. So I was very comfortable with the bet, honestly, either way, because we do like to see the volume. Yeah, so we got the 2-0. As far as our comment cappers go, we had Kevin Brown calling the Stephen Curry over 28.5 points. Was able to cash that as well. And he didn't even play in the fourth quarter. So great call out there. But we're going to get back after it today, guys. We want to bring out the brooms again. Let's get this 2-0 again and cash this same game parlay. So let's get right into our picks here. And number 1, we are going with Draymond Green under 13.5 rebounds plus assists here for the Golden State Warriors at plus 100 odds. Best odds here on PointsBet for the plus 100. I believe on FanDuel it's like minus 102 or something like that. So still pretty close there on FanDuel as well. But I honestly think this is great value, guys. Draymond Green here going on the road. He is 5 out of 7, last 7 overall to this line to hitting the under. 3 out of his last 3 on the road to this under. So I do like to see that. And honestly, the Celtics are really stingy. They're hard to grab rebounds against, and they're hard to get assists against as well. They're a very good defensive team. And obviously, Draymond Green's going to be going inside there against Al Horford and Robert Williams and stuff like that. So that's definitely not easy to grab rebounds for him. And he can get rebounds. There's some games where he could fall and, he could get a lot of rebounds. Game 1, he had 11 rebounds, but Game 2, he had just 5. So it really depends. He could be very game to game with that stuff. Overall, though, like I could see, Looney grabbing more boards, or even the guards. Honestly, I think the guards taking the rebounds lines isn't a bad look. I think Stephen Curry could actually cash his line. But here, Draymond Green, his rebound line is 7.5. His assist line is 6.5. And I think both those are honestly a little too high for me. If I had to lean one way or the other, I'd probably go with his under an assist. I'd feel a little bit more comfortable with that. But overall, I love the combo the best. He is averaging 2.3 less rebounds plus assists on the road this season. So we do like to see that. And versus the Celtics this year, he's also 3 out of 4 to the under versus the Celtics this year with logs of 12, 16, 11, and 13. So he only got to the hook once, which that's also pretty good as well. And honestly, he had 12 there in game number 2. And honestly, I anticipate the Celtics shooting the ball better. maybe playing a little bit tougher defense, coming back home. I expect the Celtics to be very motivated here in Game 3. So, honestly, I see Draymond Green struggling in this department, personally. So far in this series, he's averaging 9 potential assist opportunities per game, which really isn't that high for what his assist line is. That means he'd have to cash 7 out of 9 assist opportunities to cash his assist line. That's a pretty high percentage, and I just don't see that consistently happening. He is averaging 14.5 rebound chances per game in games 1 and 2. But like I said, most of that came in game 1 where he had 11 rebounds. Game 2, that really did cool off quite a bit. So I anticipate more of a return to form like it was there in game 2. I don't anticipate him grabbing a lot of rebounds, honestly. And we also have equity with Draymond Green that we don't ever talk about, but he could get thrown out of a game. There was definitely equity on that. I was just reading an article today about, one of the guys at ESPN was saying, hey, these Celtics should try to get under his skin and try to get him thrown out of a game. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me after what happened in game 2. He was messing with the Celtics a lot. I could see the Celtics retaliating. And, him being scrappy and doing stuff like that doesn't really translate as much to rebounds and assists, him being annoying. It's just him more picking up fouls, technicals, diving for loose balls, but those going to be fouls on those, no rebounds on those. And honestly, that type of thing for Draymond Green. He's going to be a disruptor. I don't necessarily see that translating in the stat count. He does a lot of things that don't show up in the stat count, but as far as this goes, I do like playing the under here. We know the Celtics here allowing the 3rd fewest assists in the playoffs. So that's very good. Fewest assists on the season to power forwards as well. So they're a very good defensive team. And Draymond Green also from a rebounding standpoint has had 6 or less rebounds in 5 out of his last 6 games. So we talked about his line being at 7.5. Well, he's gone well under that in 5 of the last 6. So obviously we do like to see that. Boston on the season has also allowed the 8th fewest rebounds at home this season as well. So like I said, I expect them to shoot a little bit better here at home and allow less rebounds. So do like it there for our number 1 pick, guys. We're going Draymond Green under 13.5 rebounds plus assists at plus 100 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we are going with Jaylen Brown over 23.5 points here for the Boston Celtics at minus 106 odds. Best odds here on FanDuel. Brown here is actually 6 out of his last 9 to this line to hit in the over. Now, you guys will recall in Game 1, we did play as under, which coincidentally would have cashed this over, but we did hit the under. The under was 24.5 that day, and he hit 24 on the dot. What's very interesting about that is that's a very crucial number. You don't want to mess around with Jaylen Brown's line. You wouldn't want to take his over 24.5. He's actually landed exactly on 24 points in 4 out of the last 9 games, which is crazy when you think about that. He lands on 24 a ton for whatever reason. Will that happen here? I honestly don't think so. I think he's going to get closer to 30. That's why I like his over so much. What I like the most here about Jaylen Brown is volume, right? He averaged 20 shots per game in games 1 and 2, and he really didn't shoot the ball well, and he still was able to cash in one of those. He cashed in game 1, even though we hit the under, which is really weird when you think about that, because he hit 24 on the dot. He was just 10 out of 23 in that game in 38 minutes. Game number 2, he was just 5 out of 17 from the floor in 28 minutes of action. So obviously he got a lot less minutes because he didn't play the 4th quarter because of the blowout. And, obviously that hurt his volume there too. So, he's going to put up, I anticipate him again putting up about 20 shots. And I think if he does that, I think he cashes this line. That's the bottom line here. I think coming back home, Jaylen Brown so far in these playoffs has been very good in game 3s. So far he's had 3 game 3s. He's had 40, 27, and 23. So he's been pretty good scoring the basketball in game 3s this postseason. It's an average of 30 per game. So honestly, when the series transitions, when it shifts, I expect Brown to play better. I really do. Especially coming off a game where kind of Draymond Green got a little bit of the best of him there, right? I think we'll see some motivation from Jaylen Brown. I really do. Another thing I do like in this series, why I think his volume's a little bit higher, obviously the Warriors like to push the pace a little bit. So when you average out the pace in this series, the pace comes out to 7th and 8th in these playoffs. So it's middle of the pack out of 16 teams. 95.5 pace, which is pretty solid. So he should get more shots than his normal amount as well because the Warriors like to get up and down. This season versus the Warriors, he is 2 out of 4 versus them so far this season, which is solid. Overall, like I said, here in the playoffs, I expect a response from him here in Game 3. And I love his volume. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I really like his volume. So, love it there, guys, for our number 2 pick. We're going Jaylen Brown over 23.5 points here for the Boston Celtics at minus 106 odds. Okay, guys, it is now once again time for us to make way for the same game parlays. First, we got Derek White here to score 10 points. Guys, he's done this in 5 of the last 6 games. Obviously, we hit this line here last game. I alluded to how much I liked his volume as well. 13 and 11 shot attempts in games 1 and 2, which I love seeing that. And he's been really big time in the playoffs. He actually didn't play that well in game 2, and he still cashed pretty easily. So, honestly, I think he will shoot the ball better in game 2 as well. I think he's another guy that will perform much better. And I see him easily getting to 10 points. Very reasonable line here for him. You know, not a lot of value left on it as far as on the straight play, but in a parlay, I really do like it. I think he'll get to 10 pretty easily. We got Marcus Smart here to record 4 rebounds, which by the odds, this is the longest shot of all these of hitting, and he's hit this in 9 of the last 10 games. It's been an absolute rebounding machine in the playoffs. I went 3-0 on his straights on Marcus Smart 4 rebounds last series. So this is the first time really attacking it in this series, putting it in a parlay. I think it is a great look. Like I said, I think he's got a great shot to hit this. And then Stephen Curry, 4 assists. Guys, he's got it every single game of the playoffs. He's 18 out of 18 in the playoffs. You can't really ask for much better than that. He'll get 4 assists. I'm pretty confident in that. Jason Tatum to get 4 assists as well. 18 out of 20 in the playoffs. So also very consistent with that. One of the ones he didn't was last game where he had 3. He didn't play the fourth quarter. So I think if he had played the fourth quarter, he definitely would have gotten at least 1 more assist. I definitely think he also bounces back anyway, and the Celtics bounce back in this spot. And I think, honestly, we'll have a great shot to cash this same game. Probably we are going a little bit less risky. I really do want to cash this one in, guys. They're hard to cash. Same game parlays are hard to cash. I feel very confident that we'll cash this one in. So, love it there for our same game parlay. We are getting plus 300 odds here today. Let's cash it in. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Be sure to also check out all of our social media links as well. Our Twitter, our Discord. You can also find more plays on our Discord. There's a lot of people posting great research. I post updates on our Twitter, recaps, stuff like that. So be sure to follow our Twitter as well. If you guys are interested in merchandise, straightfirepicks.com. We also have that there as well. Guys, let's talk about this game a little bit more. So the spreads are very tough to pick, particularly in this finals. I didn't feel it necessary to attack the spread in this one. I mean, you can. I just feel like we got better edges right now in the player props, and even those are pretty sharp. Everything is so sharp right now, guys. You know, which way do you go here in Game 3? Me, personally, I'm leaning Warriors plus 3.5 or the money line. I like both of those plays. I really think, I said, you know, I was talking about the Celtics will bounce back in some regards. I think Brown, like I said, will score. I think White will score. I think it'll be a great game. I think the Warriors, I just honestly think the Warriors get it done. That's why it's so hard for me, because it's like, you know, the Warriors, you know, with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, you know, all these guys that, you know, the championship experience, I think it will pay off in this series in a big spot. And I think it could be in Game 3 where the series could turn back over to Golden State's favor. Right now, obviously, the series is favored, you know, right now for the Celtics because they got home court advantage. Not by the odds. If you look at the odds, I believe Golden State's minus 115 to win the ship. And Boston's like minus 105. But right now, Boston with home court advantage. So Golden State's got to do something about that. So they're going to have to win one of these games. I honestly could see them winning Game 3. Should be a great game nonetheless. Wish you guys all the best of luck. Like I said, I'm leaning Golden State plus 3.5. There's a lot of great research to support that, though. But overall, guys, I wish you guys all the best of luck. Let's cash out today. Let's have a big day. I wish you guys all the best of luck. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you back here next time. Peace out.